As in Utah, when I was a boy, everybody knew what a downwinder was. We were the anti-nuclear capital of the world. I was an autistic kid. My father was a drafted United States Marine, an incredible man. I come from an incredible family. My uncle stood on Omaha Beach on D-Day. I grew up on a huge ranch out by the lake. He was a beautiful, incredible person. He was at Pendleton, combat ready.
I'm here.
And they were human guinea pig. They were marched into the trenches in Nevada. They're called atomic veterans. He nearly died at the blast. Between 1951 and 1968, we had 300 open-air tests. Well, as different scientists started to write about this, Wallace Stegner was at the University of Utah at the time. I got to know him. Edward Abbey was hanging around there. I got to know him. I got to know all these environmentalists, and I was an environmentalist, and it was a passionate, intense subject matter there.
All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. Bloomgate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call it Pacific genocide, whatever. It's fucking giant conspiratorial across all demographics. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. Bloomgate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call it Pacific genocide, whatever. It's fucking giant conspiratorial across all demographics. They'll be calling you a radical. May God have mercy on all of your souls.
Nuclear power was evolving. We were promised, oh, this can't happen. It will never happen. We cannot have a meltdown.
All the way around?
Well, I'm in the middle of Williamsburg, trying to find the building that Aaron Swartz's face is painted on. I just left where he killed himself. I'm going to talk in detail. I'm going to shoot a video to launch the third annual Million Mass March, because that's what's right, and where post-ignorance was born, 10, 15 years ago, candy store, where that's where I came up with this gig on a Christmas Eve. So I'm going to talk in detail about Aaron Swartz. I'm going to give details of things that people don't know that I know. And, you're not going to, look, people are like, see Dick, fuck Jane. See Jane, fucking fuck Dick. See Spot, die of leukemia. In a painting, in a genre. I mean, you got a keyboard, so my art misunderstood. I don't know, by most it's not even looked at because it's all corky and cliche. It's a bunch of type A's. Type A's without education. What are they? They end up being freaking Wall Streeters. They end up being fucking academia, professors now. It's all hijacked. Look, MIT, Harvard, Yale, they don't want free thinkers. They don't want free thinkers. I mean, Aaron, look, when he was a boy, he dropped out of school. He started his whole gig. Look, doing all this homework, they ain't creating freaking anybody's going to change the world. Anybody's going to do anything good. It's creating sheep. He knew that. So he breaks into MIT Media Lab. I'm going to dive into MIT Media Lab, the head of the snake, and how this is all nuclear. And I've come to the conclusion that ain't nobody can connect these fucking dots. I mean, really, honestly. It's so obvious. It's so easy. What he was up to, what we're up to, what I'm up to. It's that easy, and it's that obvious. You talk to people living here, because there's nobody from here. They're assholes in Williamsburg. You don't want to come over here. They're fucking a bunch of fucking type A fucking wannabe fucking rats. Now, Fort Greene's different. It's nice. Manhattan's nice. People are friendly, drink or whatever, because they're from there. And these people are all like, they still think it's a competition. They still think the art world, they still think the finance world, they still think they're still chasing the fucking unicorn. Everybody's chasing the fucking unicorn. That's all they do is chase a fucking unicorn here, because I'm telling you, what you're chasing doesn't exist. Gone a long time ago, going. Aaron Swartz knew that. He knew where to try to break the back. So they kill him, hung himself. Okay, now I'm going to start right here, right now. I haven't found the building yet. I'll find it. So, just keep walking. It ain't that big of a place. So, here's a detail that a lot of people don't know. I was here when he died. I just came out of the bone marrow transplant center very recently. The only first trip I had, I was very, very, very sick. The only time I emotionally broke down, January 11, 2013. So, it was very emotional. I couldn't figure it out. I mean, I broke down with my cancer fight. That was right as he was hanging himself. Okay, you know, it's all, my gig's all rooted in Hamilton for not what you think. You guys all think, oh, the central banker, and you know, that's shit you've been spoon-fed, which is such bullshit and untrue. It's not fucking true. You know, he was the guy, there was a, I mean, a simple fight. The French Revolution, America were a simple fight. These Masonics broke ranks. And it was a simple fight that it's always been. Hamilton knew that. He read Greek tragedies over and over and over and over. Simple fight between slavery and enlightenment. Plenty of economists believe that you need to enslave your people. Plenty of society. But other people believe not. He was a great economist. He believed the other side. He was born January 11th. Alexander Hamilton. Aaron Swartz died January. My father died January 11th. You know, it was my 11-11s, 3-11s. As I went into the bone marrow transplant on 11-11-11, I won't stop there. So, okay, so let's start. He's a young, brilliant guy on the internet in the fucking 90s, you know, whatever, in the 2000s. I mean, that's what it was all about, wasn't it? I mean, these kids, was Anonymous born there? Anonymous born a long time ago, you know, and so, here, a bunch of old fuckers, you know, not me, but other guys. So, Aaron's a brilliant fucking kid. Now, how does a junior high school dropout just quit? He built a website. You know, talk to other brilliant fucking kids like mine, realizing that the academia was gone. That this cramming this homework down to these teachers, that not only was it not working, it was ruining people's minds. He knew that. Really ruining people's minds, he knew that. So, let's see, I'm on the corner of Bedford and North 8th Street. There we go with my 8th. So, he knew. He understood. His brain was able to dynamically break down where the head of this snake was being run from. This propaganda machine called America. This pay the dragon slayer propaganda fed the fucking media, feed the academia, this fucking social engineering. He knew what I knew. I've always known it. It's been run there since the early 80s through fucking those rats at MIT Media Lab. He knew it was nuclear. Now I'm going to talk details on this. You can steal my brain that I was going to put in a book. But, you know, fuck it, I'll put it out. You know, you rats can steal from me. I don't care. I have some people that believe in me, you know, very few. I'm very disheartened about, you know, people haven't caught on to me, what we do and what I do, you know, as the social activist. So, the artist activist, as the socioeconomic, I mean, academia is gone. And I'll tell you how bad academia is. You know, I was one of those professors that threw chalk, freaking gone crazy in the classroom, which I was asked. Like I said, almost everything I do, I'm asked. I was asked at the #1 MBA program as it started. I taught the very first MBA class it ever had. How? Because the legendary finance professor got back down and died right then. I was asked. They not only stripped my PhD away from me, they took my first MBA. I got the first MBA. They took it away. They freaking challenging my undergraduate. Why? Because of the University of General Electric. Because academia wants to Aaron Swartz me. Because I know I'm on to them. It's serfdom. They don't teach anymore. They don't want free thinking professors. It's peer review. Fit in, we'll hand you one. Come join the crowd. Fuck chase the unicorn. Serfdom, lazy fucks, globalization. Aaron Swartz knew all this. The whole propaganda machine's run out of a little room at MIT, building, it's room 458. I want people to very much understand that room. You know, MIT grandstands is a great technology. They got touch screens on their fucking walls. Look at us. Kids walking around with fucking touch screens taped to their back, whatever, all cliche, quirky fuck. Because they don't let fucking free thinkers in anymore. No, they let high IQ, type A goats, sheep. That's who's in there. So, you know, we're all about transparency, Obama. Where do you think they found him? So they work in symphony with Harvard and Yale and Oxford and Cambridge and Harvard and Stanford Kossuth. Stanford Kossuth. Where it's all run from. They kicked the fucking old Freemasons out, which they hijacked that whole thesis. Freemasons are a fucking joke now. They're pathetic. When they were the George Washington, come on, the Revolutionary War and the French War were all fucking Masonic wars. You know, Napoleon wasn't putting his hand in his fucking shirt because he had a stomachache. it's just the way it is, but it was all about rooted in justice. What was Hamilton's great quote? So they throw the royals out. Hamilton throws her out. Aaron Swartz knew all this. He was so fucking well read. He knew the trial of Kay. He read it. He knew that they killed him. He knew. He wasn't a paranoid schizophrenic. He wasn't. Not even. He was high IQ. Bro, he got it. He got it early. So he gets into that room. Look, you go into that room, and it's a fact. And I ain't going there because I don't have to go there because they'll shoot me. And Aaron Swartz already did that for us. So there's scrambled lettering on it. And the scrambled lettering, the only lettering you can find at MIT Media Lab on the thing is a scrambled lettering has a crazy cliche about protecting our children. These are the sick motherfuckers that they are. So they are extorting federal funds. So they claim to be private institutions, Harvard, Stanford. I won't stop there, but they're not. It's all federal grants, state grants, and it's been proven in PhD after PhD that 70, 80% of their funding doesn't even come from students. Federal tax-paying grants. Aaron Swartz knew this. He's like, they're orchestrating all this fucking war machine. They're orchestrating all this fucking lies and to cover up this fucking pay the dragon slayer, how nice is they made up ISIS. He knew where they making up this shit. He knew the fucking military-industrialist complex kind of fucking muck. He knew where the fucking head of the snake, the propaganda, NBC, CBS, ABC, was all being fucking fed like fucking goats. And MIT played it because MIT knew that CBS, truth. It's amazing. Dan Rotherham says truth is truth. Still, because you can't handle the truth. You don't want the fucking truth. So it comes out, truth. Swartz knows this. He's like, he was the Rosa Parks of our time. Did he break the law? I don't even think he broke the law. I really do not. Even under the fucking Patriot Act, I don't think he broke the law. So, okay, say he did, Rosa Parks. And I'll get into the Kansas City plowshares that broke into the mound, who was warning you about the fire there for 40 years. They've been wrong. The same guy's been in prison how many times? He was in prison for 13 years last time, breaking in there, trying to warn you. At the same time, Megan Rice broke into freaking Y12. They broke in there, told the judge, well, would you put Rosa Parks in jail? He just got out for 13 years. I helped write the fucking answers to the questions, the judge. At the potluck. Oh, yeah, I straightened the plowshares out. And I don't care if they're mad at me or not. The queen nun in Philadelphia. Stop being a queen. I thought you was a nun. And I like her. She's great. But that mantra that they took, that nuclear bombs are bad, but the technology is okay, is bullshit. The technology is not okay. Nuclear power and nuclear bombs are the exact same, identical fucking thing. They're a control mechanism. It's just boiling water. It's a control mechanism. It's a cash cow, fucking Price Anderson, that you pay for your own fucking death through your own fucked up hijack taxes. So he sneaks in there, takes a little device. He downloads some stuff that belongs to the people. I do not believe it was legal. I think what MIT is doing is legal. So, puts it out. He's the guy that what it turned into Reddit. But I don't think what Reddit is today would be what I don't know. Those guys are good, And I love all those fucking young kids that came out of that era that know how to use a keyboard and went into their basements because academia failed them. So, download this. So, he gets caught. Because there's surveillance video, of course, all over MIT. Everywhere. Where ain't there? He knows he's going to get caught. So, but historically, that's what activists have done, Rosa Parks. That's what they've done. You get a trial, you get good litigation, you get media coverage all over, and the law gets overcome. It's always been that way. That's how activists work. But they hijacked activism. They took it away. Because how? Was it Jefferson or was it Hamilton? One of them, or was it Franklin, said, without the fourth pillar, we have nothing. They got the media, MIT Media Lab. They know. So you do activism, you're not getting it. Nobody covered it. Nobody covered it. Nobody. RT fucking did work after the Million Mass March on it because I woke them up. I had conversations with RT. Million Mass March is all rooted in Aaron Swartz, and I'll explain how and why and how the inception. And I'm going to do a video and launch it today, for tomorrow, because, look, it's a global thing. There's places in the world that are on this calendar clock that are almost 24 hours ahead of us. So we'll get this party started. All rooted around Aaron, all rooted about justice and fairness. Justice and fair. So he figures, okay, I'll do some small time even if I get convicted. Get convicted, have and he got great litigation. By the way, they buried his father for $1 million. Think about lawyers in this country, these pathetic pieces of shit. Aaron Swartz could have went in there by himself and probably got better representation. And these lawyers nicked his father for over $1 million. They're pieces of shit because lawyers are judges are lawyers. And it's a fucking circle jerk who they all want to be serfdom, just like academia. They've joined the club. No professors will break ranks. No judges will break ranks. No lawyers will break ranks. No military fucking apparatus will no break ranks. The 5-star Pendleton did. I won't stop there. So they're all serfdom rats. Because why? There's nobody to keep them in balance. Take the activists out of the equation. Then we got YouTube. Then they pay freaking rats and trolls and shills to count. Well, they don't have to pay them. They'll do it on their own. So, Google Fukushima breaking news. You get a kid named Chris Brand who's a rat from freaking, he paid to play, so I don't know where he got the money in France, and then you go to Bigfoot videos. That's how they play us. They're at MIT Media Lab. That's where it's all be struck. Snowden told us, they're trying to kill us. Hello? They want us dead. They say straight up. They have a program. Snowden released the documents, so it's not to kill any activist dead, for I fear no evil. So he's going to do a little bit of small time, he got no media coverage, none. He's going, what? Right here in New York City. And if you don't think New York City's hijacked, how about the climate parade? 450,000 activists in the streets. Parade goers. Most beautiful parade the greatest parade in American history, bar none. Unequaled ever. Any coverage? How is that possible? In New York City? Right down in Manhattan? Because the American public doesn't give a fuck and the media's captured. They fucked Aaron Swartz. Who killed him? You and I killed him. The American populace killed him. So, the negotiating's until, he's willing to do a little bit of time. He was when he went in. Smart kid. So he's, they're thinking they can negotiate a deal. No deal. 13 felony counts, 35 years. They're going to bad me mad. They're going to make an example out of him. This fucking rat Obama, this skull and bones fucking fake rat who told you he was black. Told you he represented the people who was the greatest globalist. He fucking trumped Bill Walmart Clinton. Bill fucking Rockefeller Clinton. He trumped He trumped them all. This rat. Because he betrayed everybody. Of course, betrayal's the hard fucking pill to swallow. Bush betrayed us? No, fuck, we knew what a rat he was. He told you right up front. But we like that, don't we? And I'll get into the plane being shut down. So, 35 years. He goes to the pretrial on January 11th. I'm coming out of the bone marrow transplant. Now, this is, I had post-ignorance going, my social movement here, right here in Manhattan. I was working up with the, early occupiers at NYU, my gig post-ignorance, going for the 100th anniversary of the Shirtwaist Fire, which nobody even knows what the fuck that is. And so, Fukushima happens. I go Fukushima crazy. Well, this group that I'm working with, they're all watching, they're paying attention to me, I'm a grassrooter. Grassrooters can find grassrooters. They know. So, John Anthony Fairhurst up in Boston. He's, getting motivated, but his cousin is starting to pay a lot of attention to Aaron Swartz and Anonymous, which I've been paying, involved with them for a long time. I'm not anonymous. I'm not, but I understand. Their gig, I really know what they're up to. I've been, I know where they've been for a long time. So, he's coming to me on my gig, and so he comes up with this idea, the million, because the 50th anniversary of Martin Luther King March is coming up. Now, let's understand, John Anthony Fairhurst is part black, he's part Cherokee Indian, he's part Eastern European. So he's perfect representation. He's a street kid. He ain't a kid. He's a big dude. He's street savvy and wise as it gets. Got one blue eye, one green eye. He's a big dude. He's perfect for this. His cousins are smart kids, and so he comes from that setting. He comes from that group, that bloodlines and that path. He's in Boston. He knows Sam Adams. He knows it. So he comes up with the idea, the Million Mask Man March, which was a spoof on King. And, so then they start talking about it. Remember the 5th of November vendetta. I'm like, no. We're really going to go Guy Fawkes House? Really? No. But the movie had a lot of thing, and the movie, The Vendetta, which version of justice, I'm like, well, yeah, the root, you're right. John, the root's right. But then, you know, of course, I'd known what happened to Aaron. And Aaron Swartz had died I was born November 8, 1986. Go Mets. The Mets won it in 86. But who got them again? Oh, Royals take the fucking field. By the way, the Royals are ragtag guys. They shouldn't be named the Royals because they're really, the Royals teams like the old bums. The old Brooklyn, you know, the Brooklyn team was called the Robins for years. They were famous for their birds here. There's no birds here. You know, a bunch of fucking, I don't know what these birds are. The blackbirds are still authentic here. What's that? Long Island University. Spike Lee in there on the court. But I like Spike. Don't get me wrong. But so, I won't stop there. So, okay, we're going to root it around, you know, because it is anonymous, really. Come on. The Million Mass March is anonymous. Do not kid yourself. It's rooted around everything that they're rooted around. It's rooted around everything that I'm rooted around. Everything post-ignorance is rooted around fair justice, this corrupt, evil fucking place. So Aaron comes home and fucking hangs himself in Crown Heights, right over here in his apartment. Now, suicided or suicide? Well, and there's been correlations trying to draw with Michael Rupert. Michael Rupert couldn't make a pimple on fucking Aaron Swartz's ass. I used to get into it, Michael Rupert, about Pat Tillman. You know, that's a whole other fucking subject to me. So, Aaron knows about the fuck cover up Pat Tillman. Aaron knew all this. The kid was fucking brilliant. Look, and Harvard and Yale did their fake shit. They found him just like they did Obama, just like they did Bill Rockefeller, whatever. They found him, and they were trying to posture and groom him because he was that smart, he was that brilliant, he was that progressive. So they try to take these young, brilliant fucking minds, and they try to fucking groom him. He wasn't about, you couldn't groom this guy. He wasn't no fucking Barry Antoinette. He wasn't about to be no fucking Barry Dunham. His mom, Stanley, he wasn't about to fit that CIA rat fucking strong ball. He's, you know, they tried, wasn't working with this kid because he was a new breed. These young, brilliant fucking guys that were born on the fucking internet, that were the internet, fuck, they shaped the internet. They shaped the fucking internet because they were that young, that brilliant, and they had fucking keyboards, and they knew academia. So, I'm like, well, okay, the day's only 3 days in front of Aaron's birthday. All right, I think that's good that we do it around there because, you know, and you know me, I dedicated my whole year that year on my YouTube site to Aaron, and the whole gig. Now look, Post Chickens was really born in an old candy store in Williamsburg back before ever anybody even knew where Williamsburg was, back here under the BQE. That's where I come up with it. I can actually come up with it on Christmas Eve. You know, so, you know, what a fucking winter we had that winter. Every winter. But, you know, traveling back and forth from Utah, born and raised in Utah. How's a Utah with the fucking Brooklyn boy? Because I'm an artist. That's why. I smell it, I find it, I taste it. Our community here? No. It's too comfortable. It's Sesame Street. So, the gatekeeper says so. Patty Smythe and Yoko. They got billboards of Yoko all over in the subways here. She's no artist, by the way. You know, just rode the coattails of John. What did John Lennon say about her? For him? Yoko's a guy in drag. Do I still believe that John Lennon went there? I still can't believe that John Lennon went there. Not my words, Ringo's words, Paul's words, all of them. I still don't believe he went there. Imagine that. So, Aaron Swartz comes home January 11th, 2013. Because he's going to do 35 years. He's got $1 million pieces of shit attorneys who are in the club. They're not doing anything for him. He knows he's fucked. He knows what's at play right now in the United States, the military war and fucking machine complex. And by the way, and I'll do this video, I'll spin into this video watching the Million Mass March here, right here, into the plane shutdown. I think that video I did is iconic because I was on the plane right when it happened. I knew it had been shut down immediately. I mean, that's logic, please. So I shoot it right up Teddy Roosevelt's ass. It's perfect. They're looking out over Central Park, and people can't understand the historical nature of that video, what that means, and what it all means. Lusitania and Balco is what it means. So the war propaganda machines at MIT Media Lab are having trouble spinning this one because the dynamic of play over there, how nice is they made up ISIS. Well, they made up ISIS, and they got Putin freaking saber-rattling and the inbred cousins. You know, he patterned his palace after Versailles. You know, his cousins in England are so... Is he related to Nicholas? My guess he probably is. I mean, they're back. All the inequality, in the fucking neo-feudalism. Where's Trotsky? Where's fucking Lenin? Where are they sitting in the cafe in Vienna? Oh no, but I. Hello.
You're live.
Sorry about that. Don't talk about Trotsky or Lenin or freaking sitting in Vienna. Boop. What timing, huh? So, anyway, Trotsky, the Hungarian-Austrian Empire fell apart. They knew it fell. They knew there was a vacuum. Hitler flopping in and out of fucking hostels, sleeping in flop houses. He was a puppet, by the way. He was no artist, by the way. He used to trace different, pictures, sell them on the street like they still. The famous buildings in Vienna. That's all he did. And so, of course, he got rejected out of the salon, the fucking art, and he was no artist. Overambitious rat. Idiot rat. Yeah, but he learned how to speak along the way because his fight and his struggle, Frieden Meisenblau, I say to their house, they threw the rat. She got thrown out of the country for standing up. She born and raised in the town with him. So they all descended all roadway to Vienna. They were all there. Lenin's name, not John. His name isn't Lenin. He was hiding out there. Stalin was there. His name wasn't Stalin. He was hiding out there. It's amazing how these, movie stars called politicians all change their fucking name. Freud's there. They're all there. Clement the great artist is there painting. Oh my God, look at those fucking paintings over here. It's disturbing on Balco. So, we're getting close. I'm seeing murals on walls now. So, I sat right in their spot in that cafe. I was right there. You can see what happened. So, the same social inequality. Hey, do you know where the Aaron Swartz logo is painted on the building? You live here?
Not in this area, no.
Let's see, I'll find it, thanks. So, anyway, they knew there was a vacuum. The Roman Empire had fallen. They knew. They knew that the social inequality in Russia, the social inequality in the United States, social inequality was freaking gone. It was neo-feudalism, same old, the rules are back. The king in Sarajevo. By the way, I can really get into that gun that killed me in Black Hand. So, and I don't believe in violence, by the way, neither does Aaron Swartz. Who believes in violence? Who is the gang and the criminals and the violence? MIT Media Lab. The people that run this country, Skull and Bones, are very violent. They're extremely violent. The military industrial complex. So, the plane shot down. I shoot that video. MIT Media Lab and the think tanks and the military-industrial complex that spin all these things are having a fucking nightmare spinning this one. They're really having a nightmare spinning this one. So, CNN, their mouthpiece, their propaganda, Fox News, my God, they're just plain freaking. I mean, that's turned into Comedy Central. But CNN, Anderson, Vanderbilt, CIA, Cooper, Wolf, freaking, we know where he came from. So, I mean, the public be damned, Vanderbilt. I mean, the globalists, they're back. The social inequalities all the way. Aaron Swartz knew this. He knows it all. Anonymous knows it. Anonymous is all about, well, fuck, these liars. These liars, they're using technology to destroy us. These liars. So, they hammer away. Aaron Swartz is getting a lot of traction in the underground world called the Internet. He's starting to beat MIT and Harvard and Yale at their own game. So, how's this all nuclear? Now, I want every one of you to Google this. And I did video after video. It's unbelievable how fucking everybody isn't all over this. Connect these fucking dots. So, here comes the rat, the puppet, the American's puppet called the Prime Minister. And by the way, those elections are all fucking fixed and set up by the American government. Why, it's an American colony, Japan. Even Obama says that. And so, the puppet, now the ex-puppet, goes on the anti-nuclear road. He's with Gregory Jasko, the guy from inside, the guy head of the NRC who resigned, who was told to stand down up there. But he told me right to my face, the ex-prime minister. He's been asked by me and my post-ignorance group multiple times. Well, you were pro-nuclear. Now after Fukushima, how can that be? The United States government, the CIA, the people made me do it. Says it. He said it over and over and over. So this puppet finally comes to the United States. Now you think about it, Japanese, I mean, that's a big deal. The Koreans are protesting, the Chinese are protesting. There's a lot of Korean and Japanese descent. I live in the Western United States. We know what he did to the Philippines, the Japanese, we know. So there's lots of people that are very much, there's a huge demographic Japanese descent here that want to see him, whatever. So you think he'd go somewhat public, whatever, but now the political platform where MIT runs it is what do they run it from? Congress. We get political activist leaders now who speak in front of the American Congress because the American Congress are globalists now. They're neo-feudals. They support nothing but royals. Obama knows this. He's a puppet. Hillary, I would never vote for TPP right after she voted for TPP. Just blatant liars in your face. And then the Republican Party's painting themselves into a lunatic corner. So he goes to Harvard. Why would he go to Harvard? So we have protesters out in there. Some great older women that they're up in the years that have come a long ways. So they're over there protesting. So it's unannounced. The protocol's always announced on foreign dignitaries, right? That afternoon, out of the blue, and it gets reported. He bolts. Where does he go? Now you think about this. There's a little room. He bolts to a little room on the campus of MIT with incredible American security like you've never seen. CIA, Secret Service, all over. To MIT Media Lab. Why in the fuck? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Because that's who runs the cover-up of Fukushima. Now think about it. Stephen Chu, that corrupt fucking sick rat, and dig into his wife. Oh my God. Who was head of the program, EPA, freaking the DOE, the Department of Energy, is so evil, so corrupt. Now you can prove that Obama probably did have some pretty good intentions. Maybe, I don't know. I think he was split. Gave some pretty passionate speeches. Brought Steve Chinese jobs to the White House. What about tariffs? Steve Chinese says their jobs are left there, never coming back. One day not coming back. Steve Chinese, I'll guarantee you tariffs come back. Because it's the only answer. He'll be one of these ignorant fucking dogmatic fucking sheep who drinking the Kool-Aid that Hamilton was a globalist, started the central bank. They're so fucking ignorant, it's unbelievable. You know anything about wildcat banking? You know anything about the flower exchange? You know anything about fucking how many times the Fed has gone up? Private fucking Feds, bankrupt, the fucking natural cycle. You know about gold? Who started the gold standard? The Queen and her inbred cousins in fucking Russia? Those shiny yellow rocks out of the thing? I won't stop there. Let's kill dodo birds. Oh, they were the exchange. Put them in our hats. Because it's ignorance. They prey on it. Aaron Swartz knows that. He goes to media. Why would he? Look, Ernest Moxie Fuel gets named in the second term. Gina McCarthy. Now, MIT yesterday's their media machine put out in the opinion page of the New York Times praising RadNet. Well, we know RadNet, even on the congressional hearings, admitted that it didn't work. They just looted all the money. And under the Patriot Act, you cannot sue Bechtel. You cannot sue all these companies who just stole the money and looted. They loot the money. So Gina McCarthy's head of RadNet. That's the government agency with these RadNet dishes all over. When Fukushima happened, it crashed. Obama gave his speech on the White House, says, oh, no problem, we're going to be transparent, we're going to be transparent. Blatant freaking MIT media lies. The most untransparent guy. Oh, we're going to, the Lily Love better, well, we're going to protect whistleblowers, we're going to protect women, we're going to have everyone. Obama kills any activist. I mean, he's killed more activists, he kills more whistleblowers. I mean, it's unbelievable. The greatest betrayer, Marie Antoinette. Marie Antoinette never said that. She took the fall. He did. So he stands in the Rose Garden, goes on his freaking... I'm screaming and yelling because I know what Aaron Swartz knows from day one. I knew it before, way before. I had a brain like Aaron Swartz when I was a boy because I was radiated like autistic. You know, it's amazing. I knew how to dig in. I knew how to see through the fucking layers. Cassandra Sanabalco. Always. So, Gina McCarthy is now head of the EPA, so I'm like, we got a chance. When he said we're going to name Gina McCarthy the EPA because the far-right radicals had got onto the deep far-right lunatics who, they have a big part of the internet. As you know me, I turned down interviews. I told everybody to fuck off forever and ever and ever because I know what Aaron Swartz is. I know the media was captured. I'm not going to let them spin me. So finally, that winter of 2013, I says, I'll do interviews with anybody. I did 90 interviews in 60 days with far-right radical fucking insanity. Because they got onto it because of their anti-Obama rhetoric. You know, and that Obama hatred just for the fact of hatred. You know, there's plenty of reasons to freaking hate him, but not all the ones they're on. And so, it was insane. So I said, well, we got a chance. Because he's named her to be, there's congressional fucking oversight hearings when you appoint somebody. And these parties battle. It's the opposing party's duty to challenge her. That's how this political theater works. It's a beautiful system. So I'm like, get this. And I knew the Republicans had the freaking, some seats on there. And I knew that that's their job. And so Barbara Boxer's head of the committee. She's a Democrat, so it's a Democratic president. Will she really go after him? I'm like, no, it'll be the opposition. The opposition. So then I'm looking, I'm like, now, who is the second in command there? The opposite, who's in command now? Who has the gavel? Who has the gavel now as soon as Barbara Boxer leaves? What? David Vitter? The guy that used to have the fucking prostitutes in New Orleans dress him up in a fucking diaper? Yeah, that guy. So I listened to all the congressional hearings. Most of them don't even show up. They don't even show up. Vitter, just same old lot. He's so ignorant and so dumb. The fuck? The political process doesn't work. Because of ignorance. I'm like, oh my God. Didn't challenge him not one word about Fukushima because he didn't even know what Fukushima was. I can get neither his handlers and his aides, and I can prove it. I can prove it because I'm setting up to get to D.C. for protesting, and I'm talking to senators' aides constantly. I'm talking to all Whiters people. I'm talking about Blanch's people dramatically over and over and over. Fucking Mike Smith's aides, I know them. There's part of Mike Lee's aides came out of my class, my program. I'm talking to him. They're talking to him. He doesn't even know Fukushima is. Wyden goes to Fukushima. He's a fucking rat. He betrayed us. Oh, did he? So, but most of these people don't even know what the fuck it is. They don't even know. You might as well be talking Mandarin Chinese to, an American goat in Brooklyn. Well, in Utah, where I live. So, well, fuck. So, MIT's got the total field. So, at the exception of the Million Mass March, RT's interviewing, John. I'm standing right behind you. We're having conversations with lots of security. They're all over us. They're watching. They know. I'm like, oh, look, we're peace activists, which we are. This Wikipedia gets a hold because the domains never got registered. She registered them, whatever. How about girl? And brings her ignorant young crowd, but that's all right. We need the passion. I'm coaching them. I'm getting smarter. They're getting smarter. They're getting better, and they're getting older. So we have answers. We have solutions. So while we're there, it's told to me, look, nobody knew Nobody knew. It was unannounced that osmoxy fuel has been in Fukushima. And they came right out. We're retooling the cleanup because it hasn't worked. November 4th, 5th, 6th, the timing. The inauguration is I led the march, gave the first speech because I was asked to, of the Million Mass March. I was asked to do that, so I did it. So, it is what it is. So, I'm standing there, and they've been sanctioned to the White House. So I go over to the Department of Energy. You know, I'm talking to people. I go in. I mean, by the way, the Department of Energy dwarfs any of the other departments. The building's 10 times the size of any other. It's all nuclear. This is the shakedown of Price Anderson. This is the shakedown of the IE. This is the shakedown of the fucking your own taxpayer murdering you. It's the greatest cash cow in human history. So the plane shot down is. It's plutonium wars. Nuclear waste is big, big money. And it's free money. Ask Bill Walmart Clinton where the deer and the antelope used to play. Ask Hillary. Fucking the emails fucking go right to fucking Canada. And you remember, and the shiny ball is Benghazi. That's how they play. The shiny ball Obama, MIT puts out Benghazi. MIT, it's go catch the ball. MIT put out the birth certificate stuff to get your mind off really what they are. Really, Bill is giving he's working a deal with the president of Kazakhstan for an exchange. It's $40 million. He sets up his fund in Canada to avoid American law, the great weasel nation, Canada. My words like Ken's words. So, Canada. Well, we're up against it today. Can you hear me now? So
Yeah, you're live.
I found it. I just talked to a guy just now. He had a little child, and I said, "Oh, you got to know because you have a child." And a young guy, he says, "You'll know." And I've 100. Oh, he says, "Yeah, I know all about orange sweats. I knew him. You see him around right over here. Finally, someone with a child. His son. Those are the people that care. The people with the children. The mamas in St. Louis. That's the people that care. Which that's rightfully so." I mean, that's a major event. The CBS is even fucking covering one iota of that. Truth, and rather. CBS, look up who the news desk of CBS is. Right out of Oxford. Right out of the... Who's Carl Rhodes? Rhodes Scholar? Bill Clinton? Who is he? So, the whole dynamics... I'm in D.C. This kid yells at me. He's standing over there. I don't even know. He just knows me from YouTube. I'm standing there right there with John Anthony, these guys. Here they come in limos. And I says... Are they Japanese? Yeah, right in the gate. You got your camera going. You got a broken fucking screen all fucked up. And he said, I got it. Okay, now I still got to get that video, find it, because, I don't know what happened to him, whatever, and who knows. But, so they called in. So, this is the great beauty of the Internet. Somebody the same day, same thing when Monty's over there, catches that jet. And then, of course, the opposition, they don't have to pay the opposition. Oh, so that was Photoshop. So we go to people that really know, because, we know. Our group knows. Our Army knows. I'm sending that photograph. Is this real? Why would they? Well, I'll tell you why. They flew the jet roll because the military has detection devices. That's the only way they're going to really know the real data. Now, I'm on the plane going to San Diego. And I look, you can't make this up. There's a girl sent me in, she's got her Marine logo with Japan. So I start talking. She says, I'm in Intel in Okinawa. Wow. Start talking to her about my father, the Marine, the human lad rider, and me supporting the atomic veterans and my work with the Marines for years and years and years and years, and the death of my father, whatever. She says, I know, Kevin. She says, we have, the Navy has the ship, the Marines has the ship in there. They have all the data. I says, you have access to the data? Yeah. Well, she says, I can't release the data. I'll go to Leavenworth. I says, I understand. I understand. I know the apparatus, And so I says, is it bad? Yeah, it's bad. Well, come on. There's 800,000 military personnel in freaking Japan. 800,000. So inside the Situation Room, the Navy and the Marines. Now, all I books about this, and I know this, and nobody else knows a lot of this. I know this because of my ties and everything that happened up to Fukushima, not just at Fukushima, on the lead up to Fukushima. I'm heavily involved. It's the 5-star. So inside the Situation Room, the Navy sent ships in. Not just the USS Reagan, a whole fleet. They have radiation mitigation ships. They have a whole ship that's just dedicated to that because, they have nuclear subs. Come on. So they have mitigation, radiation ships, and people that are trained, nothing but. CNN even reported that ship was sent in. So they get into the Situation Room. Gregory Jacko comes out of the Situation Room, all the cameras in his face, and he just looks like a deer in the headlights. I know what he was told in there. Why do you think he resigned? The Navy and the Marines wanted in. They have the ability to entomb it. Holden, the head of the science and technology team, inside the Situation Room, was able to develop a 32-team thing with the blessings. I mean, come on. Cal Barkley, John Holden, the eugenics guy. That's him. I've been going at that fucking rat for decades. One of the dumbest rats in history. The bets he made in 1980 at commodity pricing. I'm an economist. I mean, just like Max Kaiser right here. I bet Max Kaiser that silver was going under 20. Because look, the price of silver and gold is all the queen. It's all bet on fear. The fear fucking bubble will burst. Now, is it unwound slowly? Yeah. I mean, silver was 50. So, I mean, things don't go straight up based on fear because there's no use for any of this shit. Nobody uses any fucking gold. Nobody uses any fucking silver. There's no use for it. It's a fucking something out of the earth the queen has fucking developed to create wealth. That's what they do. So I told Kaiser, it's going under 20, bet me $10,000. Here, put the fucking coin with his own face on it. He won't pay. Because that's why on the internet they all, it was taken over by the fear fucking complex and the people that watch 3 YouTube videos and they got a fucking education. It's just like getting into the fucking Hamilton piece. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They have no fucking clue what they're talking about. They have no concept of the fucking economics fucking fight between slavery and enlightenment. They have no concept of fucking slavery. They have no concept that he was an abolitionist, that he did the slave trade books, and he was a Scottish royal bastard fucking child left his fucking mama like Da Vinci. They have no fucking concept of this. Ignorance. Aaron Swartz had concept of all of this. He was well-read. He was fucking brilliant. He had that big brain. He was sucking it all up. So, who would ever believe? How do you get 35 years for doing what he did? That's not justice. That's a fucking total breakdown. It's the opposite of justice. That's tyranny. That's tyranny. That's fucking beyond fascism, and people are going to hijack the word fascism. Fascism was invented in fucking Mussolini in Italy. Fascism is nothing more than a corporation of corporations and government. People, interacting. That's all it is. Hijack that fucking word. Communism. Don't you love how the Russians want communism? They're what we are now. Neo-feudalism. All the money going to the fucking pay the dragon slayer, being extracted by a few people living in the fucking great palaces. Say no. You can fucking ism all you want. It's not isms. Oh, fuck him. Mama's a socialist. He's a fucking socialist. I really am a fucking astronaut. I'm fucking real. So unbelievable how they fucking played us. I mean, look, they pounded us with propaganda in the Cold War. Pounded us. Communists were bad. Russians were bad. They were all old fucking, ugly fucking, hideous looking women. None of us ever seen one of those fucking people. Because they weren't allowed in here, we weren't allowed there. They started showing up. The first ones, and we're like, whoa, that's a Russian? Oh, I didn't think they looked like that. You know, just hammer these propaganda, fucking true. The CIA. CIA was born the same year network television was born. ABC. Now look, people say, well, you can't fight wealth with wealth. You have to fight wealth with wealth. The only chance we have is wealth breaking ranks. Peggy Guggenheim, Patty Hearst. Fucking, I saw Patty Hearst in the store in fucking when I was protesting in Diablo Canyon. One of the activists that was there with me, grew up with her, picked me up. So that's Patty Hearst right there. I said, you got to be shitting me. So you got these young, rich. But the problem here we have now with the rich oligarchs' daughters, Peggy Guggenheim, the Mrs. Whitney, the freaking all Bonnie lays over the ocean. You know who she was. She was with Blackbeard, that rebel girl. She got set out of the prison. She bought her way out. Harry Beecher Stowe, one of the richest men in the world. The daughters broke ranks. But here's the problem now. The fucking daughters now are too fucking stupid to break ranks. They're too ignorant. They're not read. These girls were educated and read and knew the dynamic. They knew how to fucking solve the daddy issues. Barack Obama's mama have daddy issues? Let's see. The guy named her Stanley. Required her to use the name Stanley till she was 19? That's a pretty arrogant motherfucker. Can you imagine? Especially women and girls. Now think about it. Your dad names you Stanley because it's the only child. Okay, that's cool. But her middle name's Ann. Go by Ann. He wouldn't allow it. He wouldn't allow teachers. So she required her to go by that. He was a totalitarian tyrant. Where do you think Barry learned his arrogance? That's beyond arrogance. It's fucking child abuse. So, the sick, ignorant fuckers at MIT, Abe goes to the MIT Media Lab. I'll write books about this. I have a lot of stuff I'll write books about, but I was hoping a publicist would come along. You know, my story was so compelling when I was in the bone marrow transplant, you know, getting 100,000 views a day, fucking media requests up the yin-yang, everybody's right there with me, all over. Nada. Nothing. There it is. I found it. There it is. Ha! Right on. It's on the, so you know it's on the corner of NASA and Lower. Here it is. Right on. Wow. I'm so glad. There it is. So there's so much construction here because the Renaissance here, because nobody can do a job the rest of the country. So they come to the great service-based cultural theme park because all the tourism in fucking Europe. Oh, we've been to the United States. Where? New York? Oh, San Diego, San Francisco, and maybe Orlando to Disneyland. Well, same with us. We go to Paris, you know, whatever. So they come here because there's more baby boomers in Europe than there is in per capita here. They want to see the world. One thing, you know, New York's grand to see. Do not kid yourself. It's an amazing. So, what are we? We're the youngest cultural theme park in world history. It took the pyramids 4,000 years. It took cities like Vienna. It took cities like Paris, Rome, thousands of years, 2,000 years, 1,200 years, 13 years. It took New York a few hundred years. It took California 167 years, the youngest culture, well, it's not culture, the youngest theme park in world history, because there's no culture there. It's not old enough to have any culture. The culture is death. The culture is Stanford, cutting down the fucking trees, genocide, and the Californians are the greatest ecology in human history. Who destroyed it? The Californians. The hypocrites in fucking silicone fucking sandals in a passive-aggressive ways. Cordial conversations are dangerous. Passionate, intelligent arguments get fucking results. They can't understand that. People can't understand that. Abraham Lincoln understood it. Freaking Hamilton understood. They dueled. I mean, he was killed by a bullet on an argument. He missed on purpose, shot the tree. All about, he led the fucking Battle of Brooklyn. He threw the fucking English the fuck out of here. He put 8 employees. George Washington says, you run the field. He's that smart. How did they know each other? Through the Masonics. They were all Masonics. The French Revolution, Napoleon was a Masonic. They were all Masonics, and they turned against the royals. The French Revolution even spoke anything. Well, they cut your head off. 40 fucking heads chopped off a day in the streets of Paris. A day. Can you imagine? Oh, they were all slave owners. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. Hamilton wasn't a fucking slave owner. He did the slave books in the fucking Caribbean. Where was he born? You have Jefferson? Oh, fuck yours. He was the son of a fucking incredible oligarch. He was a brilliant guy. Amazing fucking man. Born in incredible billionaire wealth. And he's like, having sex with the slaves. I know the woman did expose that. Oh, yeah, her name's Fama K. Brody, the greatest writer since Harriet Beecher Stowe. I knew her personally. Went to the same high school as me. Her grandma and me, my mom and her best friends. You know, where they grew up, there ain't many of us. There ain't many of us fucking Mormon children of fucking polygamists. Us lost boys, us lost girls. Yeah, that's me. The light shines inside of me. You will never take that from me. R.I.P. Aaron Swartz. So I'm going to shoot the video to launch the 3rd annual Mill and Mass March. It's a simple video. And look, the fainting goats can't see. They don't understand. They don't want fucking anything that I do. My painting's my fucking art. You know, kick the soup fucking can. It's not the painting of the soup can. See, I did paint the soup can, but then I paint the fucking soup can. Example of art. You know, I've had arguments with lots of artists. Well, your video's on a thing. You need a thing to go on it. You need a thing, a painting, a thing. Well, why do you think I carry around those little scoopy soup cans? You know, I make it the things. Videos are things. I got news for you. Digital video art will outlast paintings. You heard me right. They will outlast unless the NSA takes them down. Which, when I was in Europe, they tried to take me down. David reached into the back, and I fought the machine. Michael Jackson would be so proud of me. You've been hit by a smooth criminal. Sony tried to take me down, saying I used one-liners there, and I'm like, you don't own those fucking one-liners. Are you fucking crazy? And I went, historically, who used those one? It's like Dust in the Wind. Stole it from a Native American poem. I can go into so many of these song lyrics. I'll be your your rock, all these things that were used historically by go all the way back. That's how music writers go. And then they claim copyright to a fucking cliche or a fucking words they stole? Ain't that America? Something to see. Little pink houses for you and me. You know, great songwriters like John Cougar, Mellencamp, great songwriters like Billy Joel, they threw American flag. Where are they now? If they're so fucking great, walking down fucking 7th down, lie, boom, the boxer, he punches her in the face. Where are they now? They're supposed to be elders. They can't make statements. I was at the Diablo Canyon, and Graham Nash snuck into the hearing. He walked in there. He was right there. He sat there for a minute and walked out. You know, it's a start. But, you know, they're too old. They're too old. They did their stuff. Oh, really? Then why are they fucking still on pouring in spandex and charging $300 a ticket? I went and saw the Eagles. They were grand. Desperado. You know, it's amazing. But they can't make a fucking political statement. They can't make a fucking environmental statement about the fucking Fukushima disaster going to California, about the dead fucking trees. They can't make a fucking statement. Why? Because they're too old. They already did their work. They did shit. They did shit. Edie Sedgwick did the fucking work. Fucking Andy Warhol did the fucking work. People that got a draft card. You know, we're all gung-ho. Whoa. These hairspray masquerade of fucking parties, arrogant Long Island fucks. That's how they got a fucking draft card. Oh, I remember them days well. Then they weren't so fucking pro-war. It's all fucking good when you're growing from outer space. You're blowing up a fucking plane of children over fucking Egypt. It's all good when you got fucking CIA fucking political fucking advisors all over that fucking region. Because the American public had so much sickening fucking war, they had it with Bush, Cheney, Rumsfeld, so let's just do it without telling the American public now. You do it through the CIA. They got so many fucking soldiers all over there, fucking weapons, got them up. Both sides. It's a pawn game. The Embrace Cousins are having the same fight they had in 1914 in your head. Indiana. They're having the same fight. It's a pawn game. They've got it all. At the last one of things, they're arguing who gets it. Now, who gets it? Who gets it? Does the Russian fucking Putin and his fucking puppet masters? Well, he ain't a puppet master. He's worth $60 billion. So, I won't stop there. You got a little wind blowing right here, Aaron. Right on. It's a busy intersection, so a lot of people get to see it. It's a nice piece.
All hands on
Stand
deck.
tuned.
All
I'll be
hands
live
on deck.
from
All
Washington,
hands on
D.C.
deck. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck. All hands on deck.
We'll be
All hands on
deep
deck.
in the thickest protest, so you're going to hear
They'll
the
be calling you a radical.
75 million people globally.
Twin Gate,
Raise your
311,
voice. We're
whatever you want to
nonviolent.
call it.
We're
I call it
nonviolent.